Well, it is expected to be a very busy Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and everyone's hoping to avoid that travel trouble we saw over the summer. Here's what Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg had to say.
Definitely more confident than what I saw this summer. There is a gap to close, though, before we have a system that I'm going to believe is fully resilient for some of the shocks that can hit air travel any given day.
Thank you for flying United.
The FAA says today is expected to be the busiest day as it will be monitoring roughly 48,000 scheduled flights. United tells us it's moving about 500,000 customers a day right now. It's even seen a bump in last-minute bookings, meaning people are just now deciding they want to travel for Thanksgiving.
It's the most important holiday of the year for us.
Omer Idris oversees United's Chicago hub at one of the country's busiest airports.
We plan and plan and plan. Throughout the year, United's hired 15,000 new employees, pilots, flight attendants, mechanics, customer service agents, ramp employees, and we find ourselves in a very healthy position to deliver the staffing needed to fly the schedule we're promising.
Of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on the travel situation all weekend long here at HNN. Want to talk about another big story from overnight. Casey Lund on the scene of a house fire overnight in Makaha.
Yeah, the call came in around 3:47. That's when HFD crews were able to get out here. And then just about a half hour or a little less later, they were able to get this mostly under control and then completely extinguished just a short time after that. But you can see some of the damage to that home. It's not terribly extensive, but what you can't see is the backside of that structure where there was a patio or a lanai of some kind. That was kind of completely destroyed, ended up collapsing. Now, HFD tells us that they were able to get inside that home, make a sweep, try and vent it out so that they could take care of the fire. They didn't find anybody inside, so that's good news. Nobody was hurt during all this. But the information that we have from HFD, as well as many of the neighbors that I spoke to here this morning, tell us that this home had a history of being used as a game room. It was on the market. Nobody was living in this home. It is up for sale, but you can see parts of this home completely boarded up. HFD tells us that it appears that maybe generators were being used for power inside the home. The investigator still has yet to determine an exact cause and give an estimate on the amount of damage that was sustained during all this. But again, the good news to report, nobody hurt and a minimal damage. Reporting in Makaha, I'm Casey Lund. For now, I'll send things back to you.
That's going to do it for your See It Now News Brief. Hope to see you at noon on This Is Now.
This See It Now digital news brief is sponsored by Long's Drugs, bringing our heart to every moment of your health.